All right, welcome down to the court, everybody. Mark and Olive, thank you so much for the battle today. Thanks for putting it out there. It was an awesome fight back and forth. My first question is for Mark. Mark, I feel like I've watched you play a lot, unfortunately.
What?
Over the last 2 years or so. That's got to be the best I've ever seen you serve. Agree or disagree, and why?
What the
Why do you feel
sorry.
Why do you feel like your serve is peaking so much right now?
I would agree for first serve. Second serve, I didn't double fault too much. It's like average, but I thought my second serve was landing a little bit too short, even though it did have kick. So yeah, I guess I've just been leading more into the court. Like when I land, hopefully, when I look at the tapes, my left foot, my front foot, the one that lands first, is inside of the baseline instead of like right on the baseline. Part of it too is I'm about 20 pounds overweight, so a little more mass behind the ball, a little bigger.
But you've also been working out quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
Are you stronger now than you have been?
Oh, stronger, but like I'm gassed so much faster too.
Okay.
So maybe I should
so when you actually look gassed, it wasn't just like a show this time. You actually were gassed.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Gassed. I'm tired when I wake up and go to the shower. It's just complete asthma.
Can you imagine him when he's 54? Oh, how awful.
But part of it is strength training. Part of it is lack of cardio and weight gain, but also technique, getting into the court for the first serve. So I think that's probably the most aces I've served in a set. Sorry, Olive.
It helps that I'm 5 feet tall.
Yeah. I face against middle schoolers too. They're like 4'9". I take it easy on them, but I take their lunch money afterwards. Yeah. But yeah, it's technique and also a little bit of weight gain.
Okay. Olive, for you, my first question. Mark's so tough because he misses very rarely. And I was also in general, I feel like the first set, one of the cleanest sets, from start to finish I've seen you play.
One break, yeah.
But he also has offense when he needs it. In general, what was your tactical approach? Since he doesn't miss much, but he can also bring the heat when he needs to.
Yeah, I knew about his diet and stuff, so I was like, I'll just go back and forth, see how that goes. And it helps that he puts. I say this a lot in my own videos. When I play people that can put pace on the ball, it means that they have less time to move to the next ball, and that helps me a lot of times when I'm able to redirect the ball, put a little bit of my own velocity on it, and it means it's harder to get to. You can never outrun a ball, right? So that was mostly it, and also I could tell the errors that he was making were either. Well, it was usually because it seemed like the ball, it was variance, right, in the point. So changing up the rhythm, he was swinging so hard on his forehand, especially in that first set, that I was like, dude, if I just give him 2 speeds, right, it'll be really hard to time that. So something I was thinking about, and then also change up what I was doing, the playing from the baseline or serving volleying, coming up, making sure to go through the ball to finish the point.
And because we've all noticed, and I know you played 3 matches, and it feels like in each one of them, every time it seemed like you were down, you still found a way to kind of fight back. What allowed you that in the first set, you pulled off a 3-game stretch to where you were a point away, you almost got the total 3-game switch where you almost got up 4-3, and then in the last set you were down and you brought it back to 5-4. What was the thing that kind of allowed you to kind of reestablish a foothold back in the set and really put the pressure on Mark to at least make him serve it out?
Yeah. So in the first set, I could tell he was cheesing it. I'm sure he's watched game film. And I was like, dude, you're trying to play Elastiboy. There's only one Elastiboy, dude. Don't even try.
Shout out to Elastiboy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was your more recent match, right?
That was the last one that's the last one I posted. I played since
you
then.
You were game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The corkscrew forehand, yeah.
Right. So I was like, okay, he's trying to do that. I know he's not gonna he can't switch up to offense that fast, in each point. So I'm gonna take advantage of him giving me kind of some floaters or whatever, and not necessarily try to hit lights out on them, but being more aggressive and dude, after playing him, there's nobody faster. There's there's no comparison. So that helps
She's
a
not
lot.
talking about you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
She's not talking
No,
about
I'm
you.
talking about Elastiboy.
Elastiboy.
I was like, you can't.
Come on.
It's okay. You keep working on it. He also weighs 25 pounds less than you probably. So
He's pretty fit.
yeah. So and then the second set was just around, what was I down, 1-5 or something?
Yeah, 5-1.
Yeah.
You saved 6 match points in that game alone.
Yeah. So I think well, that game was basically the beginning of like when I was starting to, I think I like was getting a feel for like how the ball moves off of this court. Nice thing about playing Mark is that there's a lot of different kinds of balls. So I'd seen all of them, and this is my third match in like 2 days. So that second set when I was like, okay, I'm down. I just need to win 1 point at a time. And then all of a sudden, like I had a click in terms of like probably like one backhand or like those like, yeah. And once I was like, oh, I'm actually like timing it so that I can actually come over the ball, I started being able to do that repeatedly. And then, yeah, I think that's closer to the game that I want to play in general. Yeah.
Well, I think the sequence of the matches you played, you started off with Adam, who's like a counter puncher.
Yeah.
And then me, who wants to just like go short points. And then Mark's sort of a kind of a mix of the two of us,
Right.
so that he can do both of that. And, you know, that it probably, maybe we prepped you for him to a certain degree. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, a little bit. And also just like more reps, more reps, more time.
For sure.
Yeah, seeing a lot of different kinds of balls, you know, one after another was definitely a factor in like being able to figure out the timing. Yeah, so.
Did it feel like it took you a little bit to at least get a rhythm on playing on an indoor surface versus being outside?
That's basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like it's like a bigger factor than I like wanted to admit to myself in general, right? So.
And you're kind of allergic to excuses
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's one question I wanted to ask you. Like, you really haven't said anything about it in the 2 days. Looking back on it now, how much of a factor do you think it actually was?
It was substantial, I guess. Like I was telling, I don't remember which one of you I told. I regret not coming here 2 days earlier and playing a couple of practice sets over that time, because it basically, like that window, the window to like hit the ball is so small, especially when you have like a lot of pace or you're trying to put velocity on a ball that's not moving that much. So that window of opportunity to hit the ball is really small, and I wasn't seeing it very well. I wasn't moving to it very well. So until that last set, and then that's when it kind of all clicked. Came together.
Yeah. The effect is real. I mean, ask Dylan. You know
Yeah.
No,
Shout out to Dylan.
Dill plays tennis. Sub him. You know, he's got a great show. So.
Yeah, one of the things I wanted to commend you is being down 1-5. You made very, very few unforced errors, especially during that 1-5 game.
Yeah.
And then from there on out, you just played solid, if not like super good,
Yeah.
throughout the entire point. So I just couldn't find a way
Yeah.
to like break you
Yeah.
to take the set.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you could. I don't know if you noticed on your end of the court, but I was spreading the court a lot better because my balls would bounce basically in the same spot, but they were moving in the trajectory like of my swing versus like me trying to like push through it. So.
Yeah, you were swinging confidently there towards the end, and that really, I mean, I didn't see the whole thing. I got here a little late, but that last game was remarkable. You know, just the points on both ends, and how hard each one of you had to work to win a point. It wasn't sloppy. It was the highest level tennis this whole week.
Mark had to take it from me, that's for sure.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And kudos to you for doing that.
Speaking of that, Mark, what did you have to tell yourself specifically in both sets where you're up a break, you're serving at 5-4, and it's like the set is essentially on your racket? What did you kind of do to kind of recenter yourself to basically go, okay, I just got to essentially just serve the set out?
I have bacon at home. I'm joking. I've been serving really well. I've been putting that in my back pocket in the back of my head. So when I was up 5-4, I was mixing up my first serve between like a first serve bomb, or maybe even like especially on the deuce side, all of the slider out wide.
Yeah.
I felt like your backhand return was stronger than your forehand return, today at least, against me. So that's why.
It's because it was so
exposed
heavy.
Really?
It was easier to,
Okay.
It's easier to make sure I don't lose the grip on the racket.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been working on my slice first serve on the deuce side, and even using it as a second serve that I did in the first set a few times. And I barely double faulted today, which I'm proud of. But like, if I don't take this at 5-4, she'll probably win the tiebreak if we get there, just because she's in better shape and she's a mentally tougher player. So.
I don't know if you noticed, but my ankle was like busted.
Really?
Yeah, the second set.
Left?
Yeah, my left ankle. I was like limping basically.
Okay,
you
so
do?
I did.
Yeah.
I
Did you
did
roll
see
it?
that.
It was during the match against Scott. It was like a second point or something when I came up to the net and I like stopped on it. It like wobbled, and in the moment, I actually sat down after that point. And in the moment, I was like, okay, everything's fine, doesn't hurt. It's like everything's okay. And then when we started playing, when we started warming up, basically it was like, oh, it's kind of like tweaked, and then it got progressively worse throughout the match. So, but it's like
How does it feel right now?
It's okay. It's definitely like irritated, but
Yeah.
it was like I kept telling myself like it still works. It's not broken, and it's not like it didn't like blow up while we were playing. So I'll probably pay for it on the flight home. But
Wow.
Yeah,
I hope you're
take
okay.
your shoe
yeah,
off.
yeah. So
All right.
yeah.
Players, any kind of final thoughts? Everybody be sure to subscribe. to
Well,
Olive.
hold on. I got a question for
Yeah,
Mark. It was like,
go ahead.
now, just the whole build up to this. We've talked back and forth about like what to expect. Did Olive exceed your expectations? Did she live up to the hype? Did she? I mean, when you got out on the court and we're hitting with her, did you realize, holy shit, she's a player?
During the match, I was absolutely astonished how many winners she hit against me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. And Michael was telling me about this before this interview. Olive's inside out running forehand or inside in running forehand, you're like 8 for 1. You made 8 winners and like 1 unforced error. I'm like, I just was not expecting that. I was like, holy cow,
Thank you.
is insane.
Yeah.
So props to you for being able to hit a winner against me with that much consistency, because I take pride in my defense. Apparently I'm not as fast as the last boy, so I gotta work on that.
Are you triggered?
A little yoga, a little cardio.
Yeah, come out
Drink
to
water.
come out to the Bay. You can play both of us.
You're the Bay? Okay.
Yeah.
Is Tennis Tim still there?
Yeah. He hasn't made a video in like a
Yeah.
year, but Elastiboy knows him too.
There you go.
Come out.
Hey, that's a roadie.
Sounds like a good
That's a
trip.
roadie.
Roadie.
You can
Yeah,
do some
we'll
doubles.
play outdoors. See how you like that.
Let's play clay. Let's do it.
How about some doubles?
Yeah. Dub's coming up on my channel actually.
All right, nice,
We got some
nice,
D1,
nice.
an old D1 player.
Excellent, excellent.
Well, subscribe to Olive so you don't miss that. OliveTV on YouTube. And I'm sad that it's over now.
Yeah, I am sad.
I'm glad
I
it
wish I could've
happened.
stayed.
Yeah, we were looking forward to this so
Yeah, yeah.
much. It
Yeah.
was so exciting to have you here.
Yeah.
And I know it took a lot of effort and energy and time to be here to play the matches. So
Yeah.
we just really appreciate you a lot and the sacrifice you made to be here. So I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. It was awesome. Honestly, like people were giving me shit. They're like, "You're going to Wisconsin in December?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" And
dummy.
it turned out really fun. I liked it a lot. But you guys got to come through
And we owe you.
in the summer.
We owe you.
You
We
know?
owe you.
Yeah.
And we owe Tennis Troll too. I mean, we got a
Yeah,
docket.
We do, yeah.
Tennis
we
Troll
need,
in April.
we need to make a couple trips.
Yep. No, you don't have to twist my arm to go out to the Bay. That's had I known you were up and running, I would have stopped by last year
Oh,
because I
yeah.
was in town.
Yeah.
But next time.
Any final thoughts?
No.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you, Olive.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching,
job,
everybody.
great job, yeah.
Make sure to subscribe to Olive.